y'all, it's Nevaeh, and we're here with my first ever episode of POV with NeviB. Yes. And I have a special guest. Introduce yourself.
The most special guest of them all, it's your boy. I don't even know, I'm nervous. I don't know what to introduce myself as. Do I come as RB Vic? Am I Vic? Listen, anyways, man, my name is Vic. For those of y'all that don't know, you should know, because I'm all over her Instagram page. But, yeah, let's get into it.
Yeah, today we're just going to be talking about motivation, get y'all started, open up, and then we'll eventually get into some really good topics. We got dating. We got college reality. We getting into some deep stuff. So, yes. Going into motivation, what's your thoughts on motivation?
See, motivation is important, but I haven't had it recently. You know, with school and college, it kind of takes a lot of your motivation, but motivation is essential because it really is the groundwork of being able to wake up and do what it is that you want to do every day, being able to live within your purpose. So it's important to have motivation, and it's also important to know when you are lacking so you can know what things to do to improve on that motivation and to get yourself back into the swing and the momentum of things.
How do you feel like time management falls in with that? Because I know it does play like a huge part.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like the more structured you are and the more of a foundation you have, the easier life is. When you don't really have things planned out or laid out, it can be stressful because you're either procrastinating, you're always rushing for things, and when you keep putting things off and not have a structure, the motivation lacks. I know that for sure. I'm biggest procrastinator there is, but when I have a set structure, when I kind of know the flow and the things that I got to do and knock out, it increases my motivation by a lot.
I can definitely agree with that. I feel like I work with time management so much because it's like a priority for motivation. Because if you're not having that time management, you're just all over the place. You're unorganized, and your motivation then I feel like it lacks. And that goes with like balancing both of them because they come hand in hand. So I think it's just a big deal. I would also say like there is times if like you're failing one, then the other one is failing too. Like you have to keep both of those at the top. Otherwise it's a hot mess. Like how do you feel about when you're losing that motivation? How do you gain back into it? Because I feel like that's very hard.
Yeah.
And I know we both been through that.
I've been in a never-ending sense of losing motivation, especially like with my music, you know firsthand. Like I took 2 years off from doing music simply because of the lack of motivation. And I can like legitimately say that motivation is slowly coming back to me. One, because of the people I have around me, the things that I'm putting in my head, because if you continuously tell yourself every day that, oh, I'm unmotivated or I'm this, I'm that, and you're feeding into those negative thoughts, it's only going to grow and enhance with those negative feelings and emotions. But like filling yourself with positive affirmations, having the right people around you that's putting the right things in your ear, that's super essential. But like I said, when it comes to those times of lacking motivation, one, it's important to not get lost in it, not drown out in it. Because sometimes people lose motivation and then just stop doing everything that they were doing before in their life. Once you lose motivation, it's more important to do more of the things that make you happy, to do more of the things that you're doing to help get yourself out of that slump. Because that's all it is. It's just a mental slump, and it's finding ways to break out of that and get back to where you want to be mentally.
Do you think like motivation ties in with like depression?
For sure. I don't think it's the sole answer, but I do think it definitely plays a part in it.
Like when you lack it, you kind of...
Because you feel down. Like everything about you, your energy, you wanting to do things, it's just all downhill. You lack motivation. You want to be in the bed all day doing a whole bunch of nothing.
Swear. I can definitely relate. When school comes, I be in the bed. I be over it. But that's when I kind of step aside, take time to do things that I really enjoy, be around people that I really enjoy to be around. And that kind of picks me up, and I'm like, okay, let's get back on my feet.
I think it's important to know that it's not forever. Like that lack of motivation
Yeah.
isn't a forever thing. So it's not worth quitting the things that you love. It's not worth giving up on everything just because you feel a moment of lack of motivation, because it's gonna turn back around.
I feel like it's also like a click of a button, or like a, what is that, like a flick of a switch, because I feel like the resets, you can automatically just reset it and be like, okay, let's reset, let's get back to it. Like you kind of just gotta like reset everything in your mind to get there. What typical like tools and techniques do you use to continue that motivation? And I know you said like hanging with friends and like doing whatever, but especially like with music, I want to know a little bit more.
Yeah. Okay. Well, music specifically, well, I'll give you two answers. Music specifically, I've noticed that it's important for me to take time away because, and I'm not justifying the 2 years. 2 years is crazy, but like small breaks in between. Because like there's times where writer's block will happen, or it's just, I don't really feel like recording today. But there's other things that I can do. Like I can go out, hit Bubbz, I can shoot some content.
Right.
Hit Day, and we could just go in the studio and listen to music. Like it don't got to be me recording all the time. Yeah. So it's important for me to take breaks, give myself a mental reset, and just get my mind back to where I want it to be.
Right.
But now as far as life goes, it's kind of the same answer. I like to just get away. Like that getaway cabin that we did, that was a nice mental reset.
That was
just
nice.
Get away, look at nature, not have to worry about bills and homework and life and stress. And
man, the bills be added.
So it's good for me to take space, to be able to sit within myself, sit with the people I love, and just decompress.
Do you think I feel like it does go into like, it enhances your productivity a lot, because then you're more so wanting to be productive and do more things and try new things, because I've seen that a lot, like in both of us, especially like you with your music. It helped you experiment to different genres.
For sure.
I'm ready to hear some more though. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh no, listen, I might pop out a reggae joint.
Reggae.
But yeah, people are more important. Like you hold more weight in other people's lives than you think you do.
Yeah.
Like you don't know how you can inspire and motivate somebody else. Like I don't know if I've ever, and I'm not saying that y'all on the camera don't know, but he's in the room. I'm not saying this just because he's in the room. I really mean it. As far as getting back into the music, when we moved in together, me and Rome, when we moved in together, that is what inspired me to start recording again, because that was in the midst of my 2-year break.
Not him blowing a kiss.
If he didn't turn up how he turned me up. And since then, I've just been locked in, super motivated. So people hold more weight in other people's lives than you think. So you don't know how you can motivate or inspire somebody else. I think that's really important to know. No,
for real. I always say, like, the people that are closer to me, they continue to inspire me to be motivated. And, like, that's why it's crazy, but, like, that's why I have so much trouble making friends and making new, like, anything, because the people I want around me, I want them to help motivate me. I want them to help grow me. Like, I don't need none of that. And I feel like that kind of ties hand in hand from that.
What do you think is your biggest motivator? No, I know it's your podcast and all. I'm gonna interview you back now. Pick your brain.
I would definitely say I have a couple people. One being you, obviously. But like my mom motivates me all the time. I love my mama. Her continuously like providing the support, even though like this is her first life she's living too. So like she don't know what's right from wrong. Like she's still learning too. And so like for her to congratulate me on things that like she wasn't able to do, or I wouldn't say made a mistake, but like wasn't able to experience, that motivates me to continue more. My brothers especially, they my little babies. I love them.
My boys.
Just continuing to be that role model and seeing how much it affects them and how much love that they give off to me continues to motivate me. Um, all my friends, y'all already know who y'all are. Some of them behind the camera, like y'all. The support,
Lock
the love
in,
and
gang,
support.
lock in.
I love y'all. It keeps me motivated. It keeps me geeked. Like, if the people around me can keep me geeked and be like, "No, this is gonna be fire," then I'm like, "Come on, let's go!" Like, I need that. I need that energy. I need that energy. But I also know, like, when I'm around friends that are making new friends, and I notice, like, we ain't in the same
It ain't have
mindset.
nothing to do with me, but I said we.
I know, like, that's when I can peep a sign of me, like, losing my motivation, even if I'm, like, surrounded, like, especially through college. Like, your first year in college, you're always, like, trying to get new friends, new environment, and you can notice, like, whoa, I need to set my foundation first, because that can affect your motivation and your time management. Like, if you around the wrong people, man, you are going to go down bad. Like, I had some struggles. I ain't gonna talk too much about it, but I had some struggles freshman year, and I had to really like flip that switch. Like, I got to get it together. I can't be falling down this pattern, and that's what made me lose a lot of my friends, because I just knew I was in a different headspace than they were, and my time management was different. Like, they want to go out and party and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, no, I got priorities. I got to get my priorities straight. We had to take a little break because Mike's dying. It's the first.
But we back in official. We off the iPhone joint. It ain't nothing to it but to do it.
What?
We still ready. Come on.
Oh, keep it back a little bit.
What? This gonna distort it for y'all?
Ew.
All right, my fault.
Oh, okay. Let's get serious, because we talking about mental health.
Oh yeah, that's serious.
Like, for real. You want me to get deep, or you want me to get like deep?
We can go as deep as you want to go.
Okay. So first off, do you really care about your mental health? I'm gonna get deep with you.
Yes, but not for the right reason. I care more so for other people, because I know how my mental health affects other people more so than how it affects me, if that makes sense.
No, elaborate.
Okay, I got you. When I have times where I'm either lacking motivation or I'm in a bad headspace, I know that my energy comes off on other people, and I know that it can affect the way that I talk, it can affect the way that I act, or it can affect the things that I do towards other people. And me being the type of person I am, I genuinely care about other people's feelings more than I do myself. So when it comes to my mental health, I more so am thinking and concerned about how is my mental state right now affecting other people, or how is it affecting you? Like, what am I doing towards you that's maybe wrong or maybe right? So I care more about it from that aspect, more of how it affects other people more than it affects myself.
So do you feel like you give a commitment to others for their mental health than like yourself, in a way, if that makes sense?
Yeah, I just feel like that's the type of person I am. I put other people's needs above my own sometimes. I do things to make sure other people are straight. I am the type of person to always make sure other people are good, but there'd be times where I may not be in the best position myself.
Right.
But how I am, I'll put my problems, put my things to the side to make sure that other people are good.
I feel like we all have that issue, especially because, like, if you care about people so much, you're going to care about their mental well-being more than yourself, which can cause concern or struggles to your own mental health.
Correct.
Which is, I personally struggle with all the time, which is hard to get through, but, like, we get through it,
All the time.
We get through it. Do you think there's, like, a mental health issue in our, like, community, especially?
For sure. And I think a lot of people deal with certain things and don't talk about it. And it's not even because they don't want to. It's just not, it's not normal yet to me. I feel like people don't have normal conversations of checking on other people's mental health. It's just always an assumption.
They're always about that shoot 'em up, bang, bang.
Right. Not even that. I just feel like I don't know. Mental health isn't a priority to a lot of people.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, people aren't going to be open and talking about it.
Yeah. They just don't have, I feel like in our community, they just don't have enough people or resources that they know they can depend on and open up to enough about their mental well-being. Like, or especially for like the generation now, they're so scared to open up because they think they're going to get made fun of.
Yeah, it's a stigma. Like if you see a therapist, if you go to certain things or talk to certain people about certain issues, you look at it as crazy. You look at it as not normal. So it's a stigma that I feel like we as a culture, we as a community, everybody, people in general, just have to overcome that and be more open, be more outgoing in having these conversations, because mental health is important, and it's important to prioritize that. Yeah.
Do you believe in wasting mental energy?
For sure. Yeah. And I feel like sometimes mental energy is wasted on the wrong things.
Right.
That it shouldn't be. A lot of people have priorities messed up, like you were saying earlier. Some people prioritize partying. Some people go to a party before they go to work. Like, I feel like priority has a big part in that, but definitely waste of mental energy is, because you can be focused on the wrong things and put all your mental energy in the wrong things. That way you don't have anything left to go towards what you need it to and what'll be beneficial.
Right. I would say, trying to figure out how to bring this in. But going along with mental, do you think, like, mental health, do you believe that, like, letting go of the past would help bring more, I don't know how to word it, but like a better mental mindset?
I don't believe in letting go of the past, simply because once things happen, they've happened forever, and it's never going to go anywhere. There is no going back or changing it. So letting it go, I don't believe that. Coming to terms, accepting it, making the changes that you need to from your past, those are all things that I believe in. But to let go, that's almost the same as forgetting. And I don't feel like forgetting is what would be beneficial, at least for me personally. I don't feel like...
So you feel like you can't forgive of the past?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Forgiving and letting go, to me, it may be similar, but I think those are two different terms to me. Forgiving and, like I said, accepting and coming to terms with it, those are all things that I do agree with. But letting things go from your past and, like, completely leaving them where they were or trying to move on and forget, I don't believe in forgetting your past.
Even if they didn't bring happiness? No,
because it all played a part in who you are today. It made you who you are today. The good, the bad, the sad, the whatever emotion, those are all things that built your character. Those are all things that made you a person. Those are all things that gave you an experience and tested you as a person and made you who you are today. So forgetting it, no matter how hurtful, I don't think that's healthy. Now, finding a way to come to terms with it, to accept it, to learn how to grow from those bad moments
and reflect from
it. That's the biggest thing. But forgetting isn't as impactful as reflecting.
That makes sense. At first, I was like, "What is he talking about?"
No, I didn't elaborate.
No, that definitely makes sense. But, like, going into a little bit of the happiness, do you think happiness works? Is it something that, like, I wouldn't say works, but, like, do you think happiness is a thing? Like, you can experience happiness, or do you just think it's just like a mindset thing?
Yeah, I think happiness is definitely a feeling, an emotion. It's definitely real, but it's subjective, because what makes one person... I gotta stop doing that. That's gonna pick up. What makes one person happy doesn't make the other person happy. So, like I said, it's definitely real, definitely a thing, and it's something that any one of us can find if you're willing and open and looking in the right direction. But like I said, it's subjective, because money makes some people happy. Money doesn't excite other people.
Right.
There's some people get enjoyment from sports. Other people don't. So it's finding what makes you as an individual happy and sticking to that, yeah.
And for the things that don't make you happy, do you think those negative emotions are like okay?
Yeah. I think a lot of people frown upon like feelings of anger and feelings of sad when those are feelings that are naturally meant for you to be felt. Like that's what comes with life. You're not supposed to be happy all the time, because if you're happy all the time, you're not gaining the experiences that you need to, like I said, to make you that person. We have to go through hurt. We have to go through pain. We have to get tested, because if we don't get tested, then our character just remains what it is. It doesn't grow or develop.
Right.
Because if you stay in one happy place and stay in your comfort zone forever, you'll never grow. But out of the pain, out of the hurt, out of the destruction, is where the beauty is formed to me.
When you were going into like people that get pleasure by like the negative emotions, that kind of ties into like toxicity, because people like to purposely argue.
For sure.
And that brings happiness to them, and that's just like,
yeah, that's where it gets tricky. That's, like I said, that's where you got to start looking in the right places, because once you start feeding into those negative energies, it becomes a thing. Like, yeah, it can get crazy for sure.
Right. Well, is there anything you would like to say last? Including. Yeah.
As far as motivation and inspiration, I just want to give you your flowers while I'm on here.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. Because you have motivated me so much within these past couple of weeks. It's been a pleasure to be able to help and assist with what you need. Because for so long, it's been me, my music, or me, my acting, or me, whatever, my shows, always supporting, always being there, which I'm so grateful and thankful for. But now that I have the opportunity to be there for you, to be there as a guest, and to help you set up signs and set up couches, it really inspires me, seeing your growth and seeing how you feel so passionate about this. So I want to let you know how proud of you I am.
Aww,
I'm proud of you. Nah, don't cry. I'm proud of you. I am proud of you. You motivate and inspire me. And I just can't wait to see how far you continue to take it, how far you continue to grow, not only the podcast, but you as an individual. Only bright things from here, only bright things. So y'all better stay along for this whole journey, because this is episode 1.
Right.
I'll be back, but she'll be here every week. I'll be back for sure.
Yeah,
but
she's my pretty face.
yeah, y'all got to stay tuned every weekend and follow her journey and support her. Yeah.
Yes. So that's a wrap. Thank you so much.
Of course.
Vic, I gotta say that.
Thank you, bae.
Bye, y'all.